Hey guys, we've spent the last couple of days at a campground in Kansas that was free called the Cygne State Wildlife Area, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it since we've been here for a few days and we've really enjoyed our time here. It's about 40 minutes off from Kansas City, and the closest town to here is called Louisberg, Kansas, where we had an event last weekend and we looked around for a place nearby that we could camp, and this came up and figured we'd give it a try, and so far I would say we have enjoyed it. Now, they don't have a lot of camping spots here. The actual camping area, you have a little area for tents, and we have our buses parked over here, and you see there's a little fire pit there, and there's another fire pit over by the tent area, and there's another spot over there where you can put another bus or two or van or what have you. Now, they do have camping in designated areas only according to their signage, but they don't actually have those areas designated with signs. So when we first got here, we actually went to the wrong place, and the game warden came by and let us know that we needed to move, which wasn't a big deal. We were only couple hundred feet away from where we were supposed to be. So we got over here and had a pretty good night last night. It's pretty quiet here at night, although right now there's some equipment moving around and such. You do have some boats come through this lake occasionally. This lake looks a lot like a river from the access that you get here, but it is definitely a lake, and there's no real current. Any movement in here is just caused by the wind, but it is a huge lake. We did try and do some fishing. We didn't really catch anything. Some other folks came by and said you have to get out here in the morning with a boat and you can do pretty well catching bass, but the signage indicates they've got catfish and crappie in here also. We did see a couple little bluegill, but not big enough to keep. All right, let's go check out another area of the campground. So here we are in the first part of the campground. This is the first turn that you take down the road and where Google will tell you to come. This is not where you're able to camp. This is an area for boat access and boat parking, and they also have a vault toilet over here, which is appreciated that it's here. Now, we spent the first day, or 2 days rather, parked in this lot before the game warden told us it was just supposed to be parking for people with boats. But as I mentioned, the place we were supposed to be was really just across the street and another 50 feet down. So it was pretty darn close. And since we do carry a inflatable boat with us, we use that on the lake quite a bit, and I believe this lake allows electric and gas engine boats, but ours uses electric. So we had 3 buses parked up here in this lot, which was pretty nice. But again, this was not the right place for us to be parked. And today, I guess the construction guys are taking a break and hanging out up here by the boat ramp. So here we've got the boat ramp, which it's pretty flooded through here right now. The water level's a lot higher than it normally would be. There's not much of the boat ramp actually sticking out of the water. But I launched our inflatable instead of off of the concrete, just off of the little dirt patch over here, and that was fine. As you can see, there's not much ramp sticking out. We did a little bit of swimming here till the warden came by and told us you're not allowed to swim at the boat ramp. So we had to stop doing that. This really is a big lake. But from what I've been told by some locals, the only time you'll catch fish out here is first thing in the morning. And we didn't even catch any then. Alright, let's go check out another area. So this is really the last area that I'm going to talk about on this video. There's not much more to see. This is just a bridge that separates sections of the park. Now this bridge has a sign with a weight limit of 3 tons. So if you're in a converted bus, you're going to want to not go across this bridge, which is probably fine. It doesn't appear that there's really anything to see on the other side. There's a little road that might take you to another place that you can fish from, but if you're looking to do that, you're probably best off just hiking it. It's not very far, this park. Despite the lake being really big, the usable areas of the park is not that big. And they do have signage also saying no swimming or fishing or diving from the bridge. And there were some kids here yesterday that got chased off. Looks like the sun's going to come out for me now that I'm almost done making the video. Right around that corner is where the boat ramp is. And the area where we're camped is just right over there. So overall, I would say for